Clover Health had a red day today, but let's talk about where it could be headed, what I think it's going to do over the next coming weeks, and how this could be the major or next short squeeze. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our Patreon link if you guys want to get access to our private Discord. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with Clover Health Investments. Now, unfortunately, we had a bit of a red day, a very red day actually. We're down about 5.95% overall, down about 82 cents if you convert that into the actual price metric, sitting at about $12.97 as you can see here. We'll go into the rest of the price action again in the later part of this video. You know the drill if you guys have been around for a while. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe. But let's talk about this, guys, because this is important, because we haven't really seen a red day with Clove for quite some time. We've seen kind of mixed, kind of up, kind of down, but we haven't finished the day lower than we began, which is of course happening here, which of course a lot of people are getting kind of antsy about this. People are getting a little bit concerned and worried, especially people who have large positions with the stock. And for the most part, there seems to be no actual fundamental reasons on why this stock traded lower today. A lot of people think it's manipulation, from what I've been reading in some of the forums and everything. A lot of people think that there's maybe something going on with insider selling or trading or whatever it might be. And for the most part, most people just think it's a down day. We had a pretty decently red day in the stock market today with a lot of different stocks that were kind of taking a hit by it. But I don't think this is really a reason to be discouraged, because even if you're not in this for the potential exposure to possible short squeeze plays like this one, or for retail interest plays like Clove, of course, there's also the fact that this actually is kind of a growth stock. This was a stock that before it really started getting a lot of short interest on it, a lot of people were invested in this to see some massive growth, hopefully by the end of this year. Now we're gonna take a look at this Motley Fool article and just kind of read into why there still might be some opportunity left in Clover Health. As you can see, your shares of Medicare Advantage health insurance company Clover Health Investments are up over 98% in just 1 month, thanks to as part of a short squeeze led by enthusiastic traders of the Wall Street Bets subreddit. The stock is now holding steady levels higher than when the short seller firm Hindenburg first published its striking allegations in February that caused it to tank in the first place. This is, again, Clover is a very large target of short sellers. We know this. We're very well familiar with all of this, and I'm sure most of you guys are as well. On June 22nd, Chamath, the billionaire venture capitalist behind Clover Health, publicly acknowledged that the company was the target of a short squeeze and that the investors could lose a significant portion of their investment by buying at this time. The stock nevertheless surged over 10% on the day of the news release. So should investors stake all their chips in this buying frenzy? Question mark. What's the outlook? In Q1 2021, Clover grew its revenue by 21% year over year to $200.3 million, as its membership count increased by 18% over the same period of 66,300. Simultaneously, its net loss increased by $28.2 million in Q1 2020 to $48.4 million. That's not good, obviously. Mainly due to increased expenses in caring for patients impacted by COVID-19. It anticipates its revenue will amount to $820 million for the full year, representing a 22% increase from 2020. This is interesting because this is something that I wanted to talk about in the first place, where the revenue is still going up. It's in a positive trajectory, and most analysts agree that this stock will, and like is just in the article here, hopefully revenues will be increased by the end of 2021 by at least 22%. But we need to take into account the fact that their losses also increased heavily. Like that is a ridiculous amount of an increase in their losses, something that nobody wants to see to begin with a company that they're invested in, but also too, just from a fundamental analysis standpoint, that's not good, right? That means that the company is kind of hemorrhaging. And yes, I get it, it's due to COVID-19 stuff and due to there being, of course, more patients, but hopefully they can recover from that and continue to push forward, because again, this whole virus situation, that's not probably going away. There's probably going to be more cases, and there's definitely going to be more cases, but there's definitely going to be probably more issues that are going to come up that they are going to have to deal with. So something to keep in mind, something to always be aware of that. But of course, revenue growth is always important, and it's cool too, just to see that with the company. Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing or anything, but I'm just saying that we should look at these and notice them when we're doing fundamental analysis on Clover. The secret sauce behind Clover Health is simple: spend more money on helping patients instead of banking profits. So that's the point of the company, right? And that's why a lot of people were invested, because they felt like it was a more kind of human interaction, connection type of company that cared more about users and less about, or cared more rather about their customers and their patients rather than about profits, which is something that kind of is hard to stay profitable in if you're trying to kind of go for the ethical play here, which is very unfortunate, of course, but that is something that, of course, their main objective is. Let's get down to the verdict here. Right now, Clover Health stock isn't expensive at all. Bold statement right there. Trading at 6.76 times revenue, a reasonable price to pay for good revenue growth. But until it can find a way to turn profit, it's not profitable yet, that's also something I want to mention, it will consistently consume its $720 million in cash balance raised mostly from IPO proceeds. Don't get me wrong, Clover Health definitely has all in potential. It's just best to wait until the healthcare company can generate positive net income first. This will also catalyze more short sellers to begin covering their positions, leading to a much better risk-reward profile than where it's at right now. So the writer of this article, the Motley Fool article, basically thinks that, yeah, Clover might be a decent play once it can get positive income, coming in at a better rate, and once it can maybe even become profitable. But for now, it seems like they're kind of considering to stay away from it. Now, that's a long-term perspective on CLOV. We're looking at a short term here with the possible short squeeze that could occur with the stock due to the high short interest and, of course, retail interest from a variety of different subreddits and different social media platforms. Let's go into the intraday trading session here just to analyze some of the price action. RSI currently getting very low on this 1 day, 1 minute chart here, but of course that's the 1 day, 1 minute chart, so keep that in mind. As you can see here, pretty much kind of ran up to about highs of $13 today. We saw in pre-market it really started to dump off and kind of lose value heavily, and then opened the day going down to a low of $12.77. And then of course we kind of bounced all around most of the day, ending the day lower than we started, which is always unfortunate. As you can see here, MACD, blue line well below the brown line. Let's go to a wider time frame here, go to the 10-day. As you can see here, we're seeing this kind of V kind of start to form. And if you really want to push the technical analysis, you could really say maybe a cup and handle, right? Here's the first part of the cup, here's the second part of the cup, and then here's maybe the handle. We just need to see another kind of rebound up into these next coming intraday trading sessions. And we could maybe see a move higher, possibly, that's not for sure. RSI relatively low, reaching the almost oversold level, sitting here at about 33, needs to be 30 to be oversold. And I like picking up plays like this, especially when they're lottery plays, in my opinion, like this, at low RSI numbers, because that means ideally in my mind that I'm getting a good deal. So that's something to watch as well. We have the MACD with the blue line going below the brown line, always something to keep watch on as well. Remember guys, we're not giving financial advice, all right? You guys trade how you want to trade. These videos are simply bringing news, information, and hopefully some perspective on some of these different stocks, and just letting you guys know what's going on with them, because I think a lot of people like to be updated like this, and hopefully we can provide you with those updates. As far as what I think CLOV Health could be doing very soon, I think once again the sentiment overall right now is just kind of negative. We have had our first kind of negative trading session here just in the last couple of days. Again, as you can see here, beautiful bullish trend, and now we're kind of back on the downtrend. But I think as long as we get that MACD to kind of confirm maybe a future breakout, as long as we look at the RSI here, I think we could have some room for growth. Again, Jim Cramer kind of did not help with what he was saying as well about the stock. But guys, with all of this, with all of these plays, it's patience. AMC took patience, GameStop, well, GameStop kind of started this whole thing. All of these plays take patience for them to pay out and to play out. And for me, I have patience. I'm willing to wait, because I don't have my life savings in this stock, and I don't plan on putting my life savings in the stock. So if it loses value a little bit one day, not too emotional about it. This is money I'm willing to lose. So just be aware of that, guys. Keep this on watch. Make sure you guys are aware of what's going on every day with the stock. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for CLOV. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link if you guys want to get some free stocks with WeBull, and check out our Patreon link if you guys want to get access to our private Discord. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle of Finance Bro. Take it easy.